In a high-security laboratory in Atlanta, and another in Novosibirsk, Russia, sit the last two known samples of the deadliest virus in human history. It killed 300 million people. And every few years, scientists vote on whether to destroy it forever. They keep voting no. Smallpox killed more human beings than every war in history combined. Conservative estimates put the death toll at 300 million people in the 20th century alone. Over all of human history, the number is likely over 500 million. It killed Egyptian pharaohs. It wiped out 90% of the indigenous population of the Americas. It disfigured and blinded millions more. At its peak, smallpox killed 1 in 3 people who contracted it. In 1980, the World Health Organization declared smallpox eradicated. It remains the only human disease ever successfully eliminated from the planet. This is arguably the single greatest achievement in the history of medicine. But here's the thing. We didn't destroy the virus. 2 vials of live smallpox sit in 2 maximum security laboratories. One is at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention in Atlanta, Georgia. The other is at the Vector Institute in Koltsovo, Russia. Both are stored in locked freezers inside BSL-4 containment, the highest biosecurity level that exists. Every few years, the World Health Assembly votes on whether to destroy these samples. And every time, the vote fails. The argument for destruction is simple. Smallpox was humanity's greatest enemy. We defeated it. Why keep it alive? Every day those samples exist is another day something could go wrong. A containment breach. A theft. An accident. If smallpox ever escaped, the results would be catastrophic. Most people born after 1972 have never been vaccinated. Global immunity has essentially disappeared. The argument for keeping it is more complicated. Scientists say they need the live virus to develop better vaccines and antiviral drugs. The current smallpox vaccine, while effective, has serious side effects and cannot be given to people with weakened immune systems. A better vaccine requires research on the actual virus. But there's a darker reason the samples haven't been destroyed. Nobody trusts that these are really the only 2 samples. During the Soviet Union's biological weapons program, which was called Biopreparat, the Soviets produced 20 tons of weaponized smallpox. 20 tons. They mounted it on intercontinental ballistic missiles aimed at American cities. When the program was officially shut down in 1992, Western inspectors were never given full access to all Soviet facilities. Intelligence agencies believe it's possible, some say likely, that undeclared samples of smallpox exist in other locations. Possibly in Russia. Possibly in countries that acquired samples during the chaos following the Soviet collapse. Possibly in the hands of people who should not have them. If the official samples were destroyed and smallpox later reappeared as a weapon, the world would have no reference virus to develop countermeasures against. This is the grim calculus that keeps those freezers locked instead of empty. In 2014, 6 forgotten vials of smallpox were found in an unsecured storage room at the National Institutes of Health in Bethesda, Maryland. They had been sitting in a cardboard box since the 1950s. 2 of the vials still contained viable virus. Nobody knew they were there. For over 60 years. This raises an uncomfortable question. If the NIH lost track of smallpox vials for 6 decades, who else might have samples they've forgotten about? Or haven't forgotten about? The World Health Assembly will vote again on destruction in the coming years. And once again, the vote will almost certainly fail. Not because scientists want to keep the virus alive, but because the world is too dangerous and too uncertain to guarantee that destroying 2 vials in 2 cities would actually mean the end of smallpox. The deadliest virus in human history sits in a freezer, waiting. and humanity can't agree on what to do about it. If you found this fascinating, subscribe for more stories like this. We post new videos every week.